As a Latino, I've never been more embarrassed and more disappointed in the Latin community for even voting or thinking of voting for Trump. Voting against your own self-interest is counterproductive. It's insane to me. Like, y'all don't make no sense. What's not clicking? And let's be very serious. Latinos voted for Trump because they want to be as close to whiteness as possible. It's because they're anti-black. It's because of the internalized racism. It's because of the pure not even internalized, it's for the outward racism. That's really mainly what it was. And let's not forget the misogyny of it all. Let's not forget that, because one thing a Latina woman is gonna do is gonna put her man, her son, any male figure in the Latin community up on a pedestal with ease. And that's exactly what the Latino men thrive on. The women always putting them up on a pedestal. And that's really the sad part about it, because there is no reason why they should have been voting for Trump at all. I'm disappointed today, and I'm just so disappointed.
Did you see this video of this Cuban truck driver who was once very happy that Trump won, now upset that Trump's policies are actually affecting him? Listen.
Licencia de nosotros de camioneros, que llevamos 20 años no hablo inglés. ¿Cómo tú me vas a quitar la licencia, amigo, padre? ¿De qué comen mis hijos? ¿Qué tengo que hacer? ¿Vender a Palestina? ¿Robar? ¿Qué tengo que hacer? No, coño, compadre, piensa, tornemierda. Es tremendo tronco de puta. Caballero, si se llama esto, hay que trancar el país completo, así como está ahora, mira, así. Pero en vez de carros, que sean camiones en todos los freeways, en todos los lugares, para que no puedan hacer esa ley. Eso es una cosa que está haciendo es para impulsar. Coño, compadre, métete con los bandidos. Con los trabajadores, compadre. Yo no hablo inglés, no puedo hablar inglés. Llegué muy tarde aquí, llegué mayor de edad, no hablo inglés. Hay que estudiar, yo sé que este país es inglés, pero no lo logré. Pero soy trabajador, coño. Entiendo todo el tráfico, entiendo todo mi trabajo, pero no lo hablo. Horrible.
Oh, now, right? Now that these policies are affecting you? I don't know about you, but I was warning Latinos for Trump for years about how dangerous he is. And that was always the little smirk they had, thinking that they're smarter than you, that they know more than you. And now look at them. Now he wants sympathy because like, wait, I never learned how to speak English. I never got the chance to. Where's that same sympathy for the people who were in this country for 30 years and were never able to fix their status? Just like circumstances got in your way that you were never able to speak English, circumstances have gotten in people's way where they haven't been able to adjust their status. And if I may make a suggestion, I know a lot of Latinos for Trump don't read, I suggest the book Defectors. They also have it in Spanish. This book perfectly breaks down how Latinos were lied to by the right and why so many fell for Trump's lies. So yes, I think that we should unite and we should go protest. But sir, you cannot just go do that when something affects you. You need to go out there and fight for everyone's rights. I'm talking about, that's right, you got to go out to Black Lives Matter, you got to go out to LGBT, you got to go out and march for marginalized people. And also, you got to do the work to get rid of all that stuff that you have inside that made you vote for Trump in the first place. And remember,
Trump's effect on Latinos was more his lies. They believed his lies about jobs, because Latinos, for the most part, were, at the bottom of the food chain. And what we care about is feeding our families, and moving ahead. So when he says, I got big jobs are coming.
You think people believe that and they listen?
People believe that. They believed, and he lied to every single one of them, and they believed it. So that's unfortunate, but that hopefully, I hope it won't happen again. But the thing about Latinos is we faced this since the beginning of this country. Unfortunately, this is the fourth time that they've come after us to deport us. I mean, yeah, because they're grabbing American citizens and they don't care. And it's people who are the driving force of the economy, the essential laborers who are feeding us, who are doing construction, who are painting, plumbers, carpenters, who are doing everything to keep this country running.
I am in so much shock with the amount of Latinos for Trump that are now coming out saying we feel so backstabbed, we feel so betrayed, we feel used now that our families are being deported even though they're not criminals. You didn't feel that way when Donald Trump was talking about the Mexican families that he was going to be deporting. You didn't feel that way when he spoke about other minority groups that he was going to be deporting. But now that it's affecting your family, your uncle, your cousin, now you want to cry about it? Now you want to cry crocodile tears? Girlfriend, I don't feel bad for you.
Latinos of all backgrounds Do y'all not realize black people are not the only people in this country? You got your Chinese Americans, your Japanese Americans, your Korean Americans, your Indian Americans, your Muslim Americans, your white Americans, and your own people. So why in Davy Jones' lockup are y'all so pressed and mad at us because we not out protesting? Folks, we did the most effective protesting last November, and the data proves it. We protested when it mattered the most. We were not out here with whole productions talking about some "we will vote for Donald Trump." Y'all was out here with that foolishness, knowing full well, that y'all had a few abuelas, a few tios, tias, mijo, and mijas in your house undocumented. But y'all got y'all behinds on stage talking about some "we will vote for Donald Trump." And you think we supposed to be out here protesting, picket fence in hand, clowning like some monkeys in a zoo? No, sir, bop. We did what we were supposed to do. And y'all put y'all's own community in the position that it's in now. And y'all need to live with it.
Latinos in the United States have not earned the support of black people for us to be demanding, oh yeah, why aren't they coming out to protest with us? Why aren't they engaging in activism with us? Because we haven't earned it at all, in the slightest. Or did you guys forget that 46% of all eligible Latino voters voted for Donald Trump in the 2024 presidential election? Or how about the fact that racism, anti-blackness, colorism, all of these things are still very much pervasive in our communities? Bro, Latinos haven't even reconciled with the fact that they can't use the N-word unless they're also black themselves, because Afro-Latinos exist. Oh, and if we're talking about Miami, oof, you'll see the whitest MAGA Latinos be like, bro, but I grew up in the hood. I grew up around black people. In Overtown or in Liberty City, I could say it, bro. No one's going to stop me from saying it. It's my right. I'm not racist. I have a black friend. We haven't even gotten over that. And we want black people to go to protest with us, to engage in activism with us, putting their lives, their freedom, their bodies on the line? No. I completely understand any black person that wants to just disengage, disregard us. I get it, guys. I really, really do. And we, as Latinos, as a collective, should not be harboring resentment against black people, criticizing them, getting angry at them, questioning them. No. Because we've earned this. They are completely justified in feeling the way they feel and doing what they're doing. Now, I would like to give a message to the black folks watching this video. You are completely justified in your feelings and in doing what you're doing, and I respect it. But please remember that black folks are also being affected by this persecution of undocumented migrants. And I feel like that's not talked about enough either. Here, Miami, Florida is the best example. Haitians, Jamaicans, Bahamians, Afro-Cubans, Afro-Hondurans, Garifunas, black people from all over Latin America and all over the world, Africans, just so many black people that are also undocumented that are really being affected by the persecution of this administration. And of course, much like any other entity in space, black folks in immigration detention centers, in the immigration system, are treated worse than their white, Latino, Asian counterparts. So it's really important to acknowledge that and just let you guys know. But yeah, Latinos, we need to tighten up. If you guys want the support of the black community, then earn it. Demonstrate that we can solve these issues of racism in our own communities, and please stop saying the N-word. If you're not black, don't say the N-word. It's really simple, actually.
I'm seeing some misplaced anger from some Latino people coming out saying, oh, black people, you need to be out there with us, front line, standing with us in solidarity. We did. We stood with y'all in their voting booth. Black people voted in solidarity against that man. I'm not saying this is not our fight. What I am saying, we stood up for y'all when y'all didn't stand up for yourselves. Matter of fact, let me show you something right quick. This is from American Society, Council of Americas, who got their data from the Associated Press, as you can see right here. 42% Latino voters cast a ballot for Donald Trump. Y'all are house divided. Now, to compare, 81% of black folks voted for Kamala Harris. Actively voted against this, what's happening right now. So I'm not saying don't be upset. but maybe direct it towards your own kinfolk, your own skinfolk first. Because we stood with y'all in that booth.
The Latino community, they're asking for the black people to assist them, to help them. Yes, that's basically what is happening. But the black community is telling about the Latino community, hey, you did this, you created this mess, and you have to clean it yourself. Why? Because majority of the Latino community, they always look at themselves as white. They don't want to be associated with the black community, forgetting the fact that the black Americans in America are the ones who fought for the civil rights movement. They're the ones who literally fought for the other people of color in America to enjoy the privilege of being part and parcel of being in America, to enjoy the fruits of the labor of being a citizen of America. So right now, the Latinos are saying, hey, come on, black community, we need your help, because right now our community, the Latino community, is being affected. The black people are telling them, I'm sorry, we are sitting this one out. Do you agree? I'd love to hear from you guys. Thank you so much. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe. My name is Nishika.
54% of Latino men, according to Edison Research, voted for Trump. Let that sink in. I am beyond disgusted. As for you 54% of Latino men that did that, you hate women more than you hate yourself. You hate your mother, you hate your sisters, you hate your aunts, and you hate your own people. And I think that's a self-reflection of you just hating yourself. Because let's be honest, you are not in the dedicated tax bracket that is going to benefit from Trump. Because don't come in here and tell me that this was for the economy. And ladies, don't talk to these 54% of men. Don't give them your time of day. They are not worth your time. And as for the other percent that did vote for Harris, thank you so much for caring. Thank you for caring about women's rights. Thank you for caring about immigration. Thank you for caring. I'm disgusted with you all, the 54%.
The fact that so many Latino men voted for Trump this election is embarrassing and pathetic. Trump won 54% of Latino male voters this election compared to 36% in 2020. This is the same man who ran a campaign on wanting to round up Latinos, is calling for the largest deportation operation in American history, recently had a speaker at his rally call Puerto Rico trash, and wants to end birthright citizenship for the children of undocumented immigrants. Like, do y'all really seek white validation that badly, or does the machismo in you really stop you from voting for a woman?
So today on here, I saw something that really bothered me. A Latino woman basically was asking why the black community isn't there for the Latino community like they were there for us during BLM. Oh boy. Y'all might want to buckle up for this one because this is about to be a CM Punk type rant. And in the theme of this Phil Brooks type rant, let me go and say the words that he once said to the universe. Do we have everybody's attention now? Now then, I say that because I find it funny that it takes us stepping back as a community entirely for people to recognize what's going on. Now, notice I said it was funny. I did not say I was shocked. Because this is what always happens. You see, somehow we are always blamed for things, despite the fact that a lot of times it's not our fault. And this one definitely is not our fault. Did you see those voting numbers? We didn't put that piece of shit in office. You did it. But you say you helped us during BLM and that's why we should help you? I don't remember that. Because you see, what I remember is that it took a black man losing his life at a point where the world had no choice but to watch for you to recognize that we go through shit. But you have the gall to sit there and blame us when the only thing that we did was try to prevent this from happening. Hey, I actually have a crazy idea. How about instead of blaming my community, you do what everybody tells us to do and check your own? Because they were the ones with the superiority complexes that made them think that they were better than people that look just like them. And excuse me, but why do we always have to be the ones that have grace for people? Because from where I'm sitting, a lot of people don't show us that same grace when things happen with us. Because the thing is, we read the 900-page document. We researched. We looked into things. I'm not sure we could say the same about you. Now then, I know it's not everybody. So right now, we need as much solidarity as possible, period. Now then, if you want to sit there and point fingers, cool, whatever. But us, we got a world to save. So what you do from this point is up to you.
Okay, y'all. So I just watched 2 different videos of Hispanic women crying. And baby, we're gonna unpack this because I judge. If you are new here, it's your girl Maya Lamisha, favorite cousin on your mama's side, the opinionated stay-at-home mama. Okay, and like I said, I watched 2 different videos of Hispanic women crying. Okay, the first woman, she was crying saying that she regret voting for Trump. She believed everything he said that he was gonna do, and blah 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 blah. I don't know if she watched the same things that I watched, but he already said it was gonna be a mass deportation. I don't understand why they acting all confuzzled like that's not what that man said before he got elected. I heard him say it. I know y'all heard him say it. That's why we said we was gonna mind our 92%, because we heard him say what he was gonna do once he got in office, and now he doing what he said he was gonna do, and now everybody acting confuzzled. I'm confused by your confusion, ma'am. Now the other lady, she is asking for the support of the African American people, because she said back in the day when slavery was happening that some of us ran to Mexico and they gave us shelter, and you never know the way everything going on in the future. We may need Mexico again, is what she said. So she don't understand how we not jumping in to help save them. And for my recollection, Black people been considered the bottom of the totem pole for the longest. Even Hispanic people didn't like us that well. It was a whole debacle between being Hispanic and Afro-Latina, because they felt like Afro-Latinas was the bottom of the totem pole. But now you want help from us after we told y'all not to vote for him? We've been asking for decades for people to stand with us and march with us for our rights and Black Lives Matter, and y'all just kept saying all lives matter. But now that it's convenient for y'all want us to say Hispanic lives matters when y'all wouldn't even agree with us that Black lives matter. Again, I'm confused on the confusion about what y'all wanted us to do, because we told y'all we was down the ride and everything, but then when y'all voted for him, when we seen the percentage of how many Hispanic people actually voted for him, we told y'all don't ask us for no help later on. We said this to y'all, but yet now and still y'all want some help from us. We told y'all we was minding our business. I'm confuzzled with you, okay? Now, I'm not saying what he doing is right. I'm not saying that we agree with what he doing. What we saying is we told y'all. So if y'all want any help from us and advice from us, we just gonna tell y'all carry around y'all paperwork, because there's nothing we can do to help y'all, because we told y'all, he told y'all, they told y'all, they all said they was gonna do, and now everybody confused. I'm confused at the confusion. Okay, just carry your paperwork. That's all I can say.
People that are taking away our moms, our babies, the babies and everything, and it is bad. It is so bad.
I've been asking Latino voters how they feel about U.S. President Donald Trump and his policies after the first year of his second term in office.
This year has been phenomenal for us, honestly. You know, especially with the Maduro arrest and that kind of stuff. It's been. I'm so happy for that.
He's like get rid of the people that he's doing something illegal, but also I am like not agree with like he's taking off the people that is innocent.
Well, the Latinos being targeted on ICE raids, or the Latinos are not following the law, or Latinos that might have deportations 20 years ago, they should have gone out before now. Instead of creating a whole life, 20 years, creating another life here when they're being deported. Now they're going to be deported. Now they're crying. They should have been gone a long time ago.
All right, so I had a conversation with a Latino for Trump guy, and it all makes sense now on why they vote for Trump, and I'm gonna let you guys know. So basically, I just asked him. I said, "Hey man, why do you vote for Trump? Why do you like Trump?" And this is what he told me. So just get your pencils out, pens, whatever, because you're gonna need notes. Because it's. He said, "Well, bro, it's because with Trump, dude, it's because Kamala, bro. Like if you see Kamala, you're like, what? Like that doesn't even is she that's not how she is, right? All fake. But Trump's like, he's real, bro. And like he does, he had a business, bro, and he had lots of businesses, dude. So like the economy, because of his businesses, dude. And then people oh, he bankrupt, bro. All businessmen go bankrupt, bro, at least once or twice. And then they're like, oh, his dad gave him money, dude. That's cool to have a dad that gives you money. And then they're like, oh, he's mean to women, bro. Who isn't mean to women, bro? Come on, we're all mean to women, bro, right? I mean, just so then he with the tariffs, bro. The tariffs are terrible, bro. They are. They're the worst, bro. I mean, because China, bro, they come in. So, and the border, dude, there's, they're with the dogs and the cats and the chupacabra, they're, that's what it is, dog. So there you have it. That's why.
So it's clear that we are watching the fall of the American empire in real time. And there is a stark difference in the way that the white community is responding and how the black community is responding. The black community en masse has completely withdrawn. They fought, they campaigned, they warned us, and we chose the orange man anyway. And they're out. The white community, on the other hand, is fighting, those of us who aren't under Trump's spell. And there is this real sentiment that if we can just get Trump out of the way, then we can all get back to normal. But the thing is, that's not what God is doing. And I'm not a nihilist, but we're missing the point. The point is this white supremacist system has wreaked enough havoc. Enough. And God is judging it. And the fact that we are clinging so hard to it makes me wonder, what does the black community see that we don't, that's allowing them to totally let go right now?
Why are black people saying this is not our fight making you upset? I've seen video after video from Latino creators or Latino people coming online pleading to black people to put our bodies at the forefront of this fight against illegal ICE raids, against deportation, against roundups, against undocumented people being rounded up and families being disjointed. But there's several reasons as to why you should not be shocked that black people are sitting this one out. You guys all remember that this is a subset of your community last year. You're also aware that across the board, overwhelmingly black people voted in favor of the candidate that had black interests, Latino interests, Asian interests at heart. Where if you look at the sentiments of what that vote represents, half of your community voted for this. Half of your community said F you to black people. Half of your community said, we don't care about you. Half of your community said you wanted to be white aligning and white adjacent. And now you're being reminded of the fact that you're not. We have to have the ability to hold multiple truths when we speak to each other as communities. The truth is that Latinos are not in a monolith. It's just an all-encompassing umbrella that they put you under. And that, yes, the majority of the people that voted for Donald Trump and were doing that were Cuban and were other people in different parts of the country, and undocumented people in Mexico, in California are being impacted by that. That is true. But what's also true is that there is a history of black people fighting and being at the forefront of civil rights in this country since the inception of civil rights in this country. And it's always been pushback and non-solidarity from multiple communities who are voting and always going against black people. So this particular time when black women especially really came out in droves and really fought forward with our votes, and you guys didn't do it, your community didn't do it. It's like, why would I fight now? Why would I fight now? So I just need you, like, if you're gonna come online and make pleas and ploys to black people, because I've seen so many videos, start by acknowledging the fact that your community has colorism, anti-blackness, and voted against your own best self-interest. Start with that. Don't come in here and ask black people just to put our bodies at the forefront of the line, because we've been doing that for a century. Secondly, I think the majority of black people who are saying that they're sitting this one out are using their voice in other ways or having solidarity with you in other ways, but they're not going to protest. They're not going to go get hit by rubber bullets. They're not going to put themselves in harm's way or make that effort again, because you guys, it's time for you to fight for yourself. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense for you. Now, there's also a bunch of black people online who are asking black people to come out and fight for everyone, and everyone needs to fight, and this is our fight as well. While I do agree with a lot of those sentiments, because if they're doing it to brown citizens, they can do it to black citizens, and they can use the Congo and Haiti as an excuse to just racially profile all of us. That's very true. But you have to stop telling black people to put themselves on the line when black people are exhausted. Black people are exhausted. Black people have done so much for all communities in this country. At a certain point, there has to be a time where they need to rest. And right now, a bunch of people are resting, and that's fine. But there will always be people in our community who fight. Like, I'm using my voice every fucking day on this app. I've made an update about every single thing going on with ICE raids, locations, where they are, what's happening with Trump. I do it every day on my social page, and it's exhausting. Like, I'm actually exhausted. Today I put up like 10 posts. I'm exhausted, but I'm doing it because I know my voice has reach and I know that people need to hear it. And that's my personal choice. I'm not doing it because I feel obligated. So stop trying to make people feel obligated to put themselves on the line again. I say that to say there's a lot of fucked up shit happening in this country. I know that people and families, I was in tears last night seeing people self-deport themselves and people getting rounded up, grandfathers and grandmothers and abuelitas getting taken away, who are the people who are the fabric of this city in LA. But I just know that it doesn't end here, and there are black people on that list. There are black countries on that list. There are black countries on that list, and I'll say that to you again. There are black countries on that list.
All right, so literally this is what has happened in the Latino community. They are literally looking at themselves and they're wondering, where did they go wrong? They are literally asking themselves, did we mess up? Did we vote the wrong person? Majority of the Latinos, when they look at themselves, they always identify themselves as white. They always identify themselves as being nearer to the white people, and they do not like to associate themselves with the black community. They always hate being referred that they are friends with the black people. They don't like to be near black people. Why? Because majority of Latinos, they have this thing where they are ashamed, you know, they don't want anything to do with the blacks. Unfortunately, when it comes to America, American Constitution, America itself, it recognized black American as being part and parcel of American citizen. Yes. Why? Because black Americans, literally, their ancestors, they came to America through slavery, and their descendants are being protected under the Constitution of America. So yes, black Americans are part and parcel of Americans. They cannot be deported. Unfortunately, when it comes to the Latino community, yes, you can get deported whether you have the citizenship or not. And you can see several people who have citizenship of America. They have literally been deported when they have done several things against the law of America. And literally the current administration have policy where they say, as long as you have done something wrong against the government of America, you can get deported. That's one thing that the Latinos community are experiencing. So that's the reason why majority of Latinos have come in and say, ask the black community to help them, to unite them, and go on the streets so that they can campaign so that this policy do not affect them. Unfortunately, the black people tell the Latino community that this time around they are sitting this one out because the current administration was voted majority by the Latino community. Yes, over 40% of the Latino community voted for this current administration, and they were very, very happy during the campaign. They were very, very happy during the celebration, and they expected other people, other communities to be affected by these policies, forgetting the fact that 1 to 5 people in their community, one of them has papers and others, majority do not have papers. So right now they realize that the impact on how is affecting their people, their neighbors, and their close family members. So they're crying, they're regretting, they're saying they wish they can turn back time, they wish they can literally go and change their vote. Unfortunately, when it comes to elections, it only happens once every 5 years. And when you vote, just know their repercussion. They say each and every action you take, there's an equal reaction to it. And this is karma. This is the reality they are facing, and they're not happy about that reality they're facing. That's the reason why they're looking at the black Americans and they're asking for help. Unfortunately, the black American, they say, we told you, we warned you, but you did not listen. Now, these are the consequences, and you have to face it so that you learn from this lesson. The next general elections come into play, you need to vote for somebody who has your best interest at heart. Do you agree? I'd love to hear from you guys. Thank you so much. Until next time, bye bye. Please subscribe to my channel.